Hey everybody, it's me, Nova Wheel, coming at you live. Let's take a look what's going on here. So unfortunately, there was a very small stream where I did about 15 minutes of management, but we are now at the race at Barcelona. Getting ready to rock and roll here. Wondering if we should just shoot for the one stop and pray for points. So we'll go lap 35. They're saying it's slower, but lap 34, maximize those medium stints. Setups are at 0 or 6% and no percent. So we've done a decent job there. And I guess other than ERS off of the get-go, we can go aggressive for a little bit on these tires. We're off to the Spanish Grand Prix.
It's bright and sunny as the drivers line up on the grid. This is it. It's the Spanish Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Off we go. Pushing on these tires in the prime of their life.
Like
trying to make some overtakes. Doohan doing a good job. That's tongue twister, I guess, if you say that enough. Piastri moved up a position. Still why Doohan is the preferred driver, though. Just his ability to overtake the intangibles slightly better. And they do play a difference. Doohan going to neutral. Same as Piastri.
McLaren gain a position.
We're going to come down on these tires to a standard pace. We are losing a few positions, but we will gain, lose, gain, and then hopefully not lose. What's the projected 2-stop? Would be somewhere around here if I believe. So we'll gain positions on that second pit stop, pushing on those tires a little bit.
Seems to have been a
we'll see what we get out of it.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
Piastri kind of hanging on in 15th, Doohan in 17th. First round of pits are coming, especially for those soft runners. So we will see.
Is that a lockup?
First round of pits, we move up a little bit, so we are in 12th and 15th. We've still got a few hard runners, a few medium runners to pit too, so we could see Piastri up in the points, and we do. And we do. Bottas is still to pit, but that should be happening any minute. And like I said, we are going to see time loss to Norris, to Tsunoda, but the hope is that things spread out enough over the course of the end of the race that there will be a big enough gap that we will optimize our ability to get into the points with at least one driver. Working with the little that we have. Does Doohan make a mistake?
Did somebody spin out there?
We're fighting with Ricardo. Time for pit stops.
Was that a lockup on the track?
Piastri's comes first. Throw on a set of mediums, call it a day.
Box.
Pit mediums.
Box,
2.87 seconds, not bad. Now Piastri on these tires. And we're going to go aggressive, push the fuel, push the energy, try to gain some time. And we'll do the same with you for a minute. Probably just to 85% for
Sounds
both.
like we've had a spin. I think there's been a lockup.
Piastri still working on gaining time. We are making some time up to Mick, which is good because then they're going to pit. And this is what I was hoping for, these big gaps here. We should see Piastri move up a fair bit
Aston Martin
in the
with a
coming
great play there.
in the coming
They've
time.
moved up a place. Haas with an overtake
Piastri
there.
into 11th, down to 12th. With moderate energy usage, we are staying in front of Russell for the moment, so this is really good for our friend Oscar.
That sounds like someone's gone wide there.
Yeah, once the energy ran out, we knew that we were done for, but he did
It's a
gain
race
quite a bit of
position
experience
change
staying in
for
front of Russell there.
Mercedes.
Any more pit stops to come? No, it doesn't look like it. So unless we get a late safety car, which I'm not expecting to happen, we will have ended up in 18th and 13th. So not a bad effort by Piastri there. And as you can see, Norris making time, but not... Well, that's a decent jump there, actually.
Oh,
Not that
did
it
someone run
matters.
wide there?
I would like to stay ahead of Mick and Lando if possible. Lando making a mistake there, uncharacteristic of
Is that a
him.
lockup?
And can we stay in front of Mick? No, no we cannot. Can we push to catch up to Mick?
Is that
No,
a
no, we
new race
cannot.
position
So
for
14th.
Haas?
That's fine. Decent race for Doohan, better race for Mr. Piastri. No development points. What is my design facility done? Still 32 days left. We got a month to go still. Wild. But we are off to Monaco, arguably the worst track for us at this point. I'm going to focus that underfloor for now and kind of just leave the glaring holes. Still nothing to do there. We're off to Monaco.
Cars have been racing.
For double rookie bad setups, ooh, it's a rainy race too. They're not performing as poorly as I was expecting, so it just goes to show setups don't have too much of an implication in this game, but we
Thank you for
will
joining.
keep our fingers crossed that that will change with later iterations. Holy smokes, Piastri in 10th? Wowzers. Oh, this needs to go down. There's not really any way to get this to 100% bad, is there? We'll go with the Well, you're gonna have to go up, eh? Oh, that's pretty bad too. Send to the race. Hey, how you doing, Zaydens? Welcome back to the stream, my friend. Good to see you. Piastri making it into Q2 quite comfortably. That's impressive.
The grid is packed.
And a rainy race, so we got 5% and 0%. Oh, that's not bad. Alright, so we're gonna go hards, which is... Well, maybe we'll get away. No, we can't. Enters, add a new stint because it looks like we're going to go dry at the end and we've got those fresh softs that we can just attack on. We can really attack in the wet too, but we'll probably just go aggressive. I'm doing very good, my friend. Doing very good. Okay, we'll go there, we're there. Alright, so we've got a plan. Start them both on the hards. We're going to overfuel extensively here. The time loss from the weight of the car is not as much as the time gain from being able to push consistently. And really we can afford to go aggressive too, can't we? Because we've got so much tire life that's going to be left there. Alright, feeling good about that. Nothing that needs to be swapped out yet. So we are off to Monaco.
Now we should have good weather. We're here in the streets.
Crofty always says that when it's going to rain. He always says it's going to be nice out. Man, straight up telling false information to people. Get their hopes up for good races. Somebody either making a mistake or having a poor start, but we make it to 12th.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race
Sonoda,
position.
possibly. Piastri up another position too. That's impressive. Keeping up with Alonso, running out of energy, but pushing on fuel, pushing on tires, we might be able to keep in range. Technically with our setup, we suck around corners and we are a rocket ship down that one little itty bitty straight right there. And then maybe some high speed here, but that's not exactly recommended.
That's a position gained for Alpha Tauri.
Doohan doing his best to push up to Sonoda. Piastri's still putting in some effort to get into Alonso too, pulling away from Ocon in the same vehicle, so you know that we've got better pace than them overall. Alonso's just a great driver and hard to keep up with. Doohan fighting with Sonoda at this point. Get him recharging. Get Piastri recharging again and see if we can't make one more effort to catch up to him. We'll just go neutral. We'll just go neutral. We're pushing pretty hard here. We actually need to go down at this point. Although I do imagine these will still last us. Yeah, with coming on to neutral, we should just swing right down to the 30th percentile before we pit for inters. Nothing has changed in terms of the timing for it. Our weather forecast is only 70% accurate, so there is a good chance that this is not going to go as well as we wanted to. Oh, you're supposed to be on standard, my bad. Well, we've made this a little more difficult for ourselves with Piastri. Oh, that's a safety car that I am very happy to see. Other people are going to pit, so we're going to take the free positions. Because they're all inevitably going to have to pit again when the rain comes very shortly. Safety car could not have come at a better time, honestly. When is that rain coming? Look at that curve. Just straight up goes from degrading to nothing. That's hilarious. Alright, rain coming in 4 minutes. So we've taken the free positions. We will get our energy going. knowing full well that the rain is about to be here. We're going to pit this lap. It's the safer way to go. I realize that Piastri is not aware of our plan. Is what it is. It's a double stack, but double stack nicely. And then in doing so, we move up to 12th for the moment. More people pitting up to 7th and 8th. Optimal strategy here. Alonso behind, doing okay to keep up here. We might need to recharge and just face the fact that we're going to have to fight Alonso. We're pushing on fuel, so it might be enough. It's good experience for him either way, though. I love rainy races. Verstappen out of the race. Wonder what implications that has for the championship. We're kind of just coasting along. So in the drivers, Max is third anyway, and it's not close. Constructors, Ferrari pulling away from Red Bull early on in the season. Piastri pulling away from Doohan, though, which is good. I mean, he's in no man's land, but we will take the points as usual. He can afford to lift and coast for a bit, so he should be able to conserve nicely. I don't want to do it. Well, I guess we could set him to aggressive and then just turn down the fuel management. Being aggressive on the tires should have enough, especially since he's still got some life in them to be pushing them. Then we can just go back to a standard, and then we can actually just go aggressive on these tires for a while. See what good it does us. Keeping an eye on Alonso in that gap there. He seems pretty consistently in like the 7 to 9/10 range. As long as we're not using energy. If I turn the energy on, we should pull away. Looks like he had the same idea. Oh, and then pits. Oh, are we back to dry weather? Damn, that's a lot earlier than I was projecting. Okay, so we are going to pit to softs and just go aggressive. Pit to softs and just go aggressive. Keeping 7th and 9th because of the double stack. It still wasn't even a double stack. And we're just going to be aggressive on the tires. See what we can... Oh, you can actually overtake. You haven't... It's Doohan who's going to need to catch up. I don't know if he will. Yeah, he might keep Ricardo at bay, though, so we will take the points that we can get. It's quite ideal. This will help us greatly in the constructors as well. Yeah, we should, oh, Doohan actually doing some work here. I wonder if he could catch up with one more big push. Worth a shot, but either making a mistake or something else coming up. Just doesn't have the pace. Ooh, are we gonna lose? Come on. Hey, Doohan holds on. Piastri taking 7th, so we get what, 1, 2, 4, 6 points plus, so we're at 7 points. Yeah, not bad. Keeps us in 7th, solidly ahead of McLaren, and really not that far from AlphaTauri. Another good race like that or two, and we should even see ourselves moving up another position in the constructors. Side pod research is complete, so we get another one of those going. Got one of those. We might as well focus the wing. Does See, almost 10% improvements again. Wild. $62 days for engineer focus. Monthly development, we're 10th in low speed, 12th in low speed. Split the difference, call it 11th, 17th in just about everything else. So we are not the worst cars on the grid, but we're pretty darn close. No performance. We do have some development points though, so Doohan getting another braking upgrade. Piastri getting another one as well, almost in the 90s already. Which is why so many people consider him to be so strong to start. In a competitive car, Doohan is still my pick. I mean, maybe not in real life, but in the game.
Hello from back.
Alright, we're off to Azerbaijan.
Here we are, back for more.
Piastri in 13th, Doohan in 18th. I just did this exactly as I wanted you to. And then what? This comes this way. No, this needs to go this way. Push that out as far as possible. Oh no, but that's going to make your cornering good. Alright, that's bad enough. You're not always going to get 0%. But that's got to be bad enough, right? Getting into 11th. What an absolute effort from Mr. Piastri here. Trying to make me regret what I just said, I guess. Doesn't normally perform this well for me either, so. So nice one stop for both of you. And then we can go aggressive longer on those hards. Probably the optimal strategy. Overfuel by a lap. Maybe we'll go hards first. It's not the typical route, but well, not right. So you'll go lap 31 because your softness isn't great. You'll go later because then you can just push on the mediums, and then if there's a mid-safety car or anything like that, that will help. I'm not going to overfuel Piastri because we're pushing those as far as we can, but I will set you both to attack, and you can even go aggressive too for a few minutes.
As the sun continues to shine, it seems like nothing can dampen the mood of it. Here we go, with the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Off. Piastri down a position. Doohan up a position. 2 positions. We are the only 2 people on the hards, though. That's a guarantee. Yep. So we will see some slower pace in comparison. Go down to standard now. I don't want you to push anymore. You've already got extra tire wear from pushing the fuel. Piastri down to 15th. When in neutral, which it kind of is what it is. But we're more playing the long con strategy of waiting on a safety car, some sort of incident, even a virtual safety car. Shit, I'll take a yellow sector down the straight. People can't be going as fast. You still save a few seconds that way too. VSC, but too early. Bodes well for the race though if somebody with high performance is making issues. We actually gain from people making early pit stops. Throwing on those hards, probably going to just ride them out to the end. Perez in the same thought process, unless they're all on 2 stops, which would be bizarre. But there's such a big gap to Albon and then to us, really, in a train in 11th, that they're not going to catch us on those 2 stops.
Haas with an overtake.
Ocon pitting, Ricciardo and Latifi pitting, so we are now in the points with Doohan. Piastri pushing
Aston
in the
Martin
train of
with a
points.
great play there. They've moved up a place.
Standard fuel usage now, so we might... Well, Russell's going to pass by us fairly quickly, I'm sure. Doohan falling down the order. And losing positions to Mick, who kind of got into Russell's DRS, and because they're so much faster, he kind of just got pulled along. It is what it is. Piastri doing a good job to catch up now that Russell was gone. And Doohan kind of working on it as well. We still don't pit for 14 laps and 10 laps. So we've got time. We've got probably 2 to 3 laps of wiggle room if there's a VSC or a safety car. Or red flag, I guess, but the odds of that are pretty slim. Yeah, I got it, but I'll tell you what, I hate it on a controller. There's no force, there's no feedback. Is it too soon? 6 laps? Yes. Those tires would not make it to the end. Plus I don't think the VSC lasted very long. Piastri holding a points position though.
There's been a crash. Sounds like a single car. And McLaren with a great overtake.
Ocon pulling away, Doohan trying to keep in front of Tsunoda. Pit stops are coming.
For Alpha Tauri.
It kind of is what it is. We've still got a few laps left to work with for Piastri.
Box, pick of them.
Falling down to 18th. In front of Albon, but he's going to pull away, which is unfortunate because you could use the experience of fighting him. But it is what it is. Piastri just begging for somebody to crash into that infamous turn. What is it, turn 7? But we will not see it, and therefore go aggressive. And we're on our way. Piastri going to fall quite a ways down the order. Actually just in front of Doohan. But we will be using Piastri's energy just to try and... Okay, we just don't have the race pace that these guys have. Which is to be expected, airflow sensitivity, all that good stuff. A couple pit stops puts us up to 13th, pushing on Joe. We'll push our fuel as well now. Doohan still in 17th. Magnussen sort of was catching up. Now he kind of isn't. I want to deploy your energy and just push your fuel and see if you can catch up here. Set you to overtake. Let's see if we can't gain on... We're holding the fastest lap, which is nice, but it doesn't mean anything if we can't actually score points. And as far as I know, nobody else is going to be pitting. Do-hand fighting for the last little bit. What's going on, my friend? How you doing? I'm close to points, but not quite. Well, that is what it is. No rain, no late safety cars, which is rather unlike this race. To not have some sort of major event. But fighting for 12th, we'll take whatever experience we can get for the little time that we were fighting him. Let's see how he did in terms of the things that matter for the first year. AKA development points. 1600, 17. Oh, wow, that's a great race for these guys. Very good race. Do hand up to 79 braking. Just about to bust into the 80s there. Mr. Dirk. Medium speed downforce. He goes up to an 83 overall. Do we have any other developments? No, 42 and 48 days. Car development facilities, this isn't done for 11 days. So we'll see it possibly after the Canadian Grand Prix. Alright, let's hope for rain. Canada's been a good rainy race for us recently. Couple playthroughs in a row. I think I've had like rainy Canadas 2-3 seasons in a row. Bah. Clear skies of all times. Make me sound crazy, game.
Today has already.
Piastri in 11th again. I don't know how he does it. No, this isn't good either way. What the hell? Is that worse? Kind of like the exact opposite of what we need to do. I'm sure that'll be fine. I'll give you top max speed. Maybe this is what we need to do. No, because their setups are so widely different. Oh, no, never mind. It's just as effective. Okay. Time to replace some worn components. Another new engine. Another new gearbox. Honestly, I don't even know if it's worth it. Maybe we just let these ones burn out some more because it's not a rainy race. There's no... There is a chance of it failing, but I don't know if that's worth it. We'll throw on this 44% one. Do you have another? No, you don't. How's your other engine? 61. We'll just save that one, and this is at 40. Okay, so Canadian Grand Prix, definitely going to be a weak race for us. I just did not enjoy it on a controller in the slightest. There's no feedback, and just no immersion. It's so hard to, like, I don't know. It just was not an enjoyable experience. Okay, so we're both out in Q3 or Q1 this time. And that's more what I expected.
It's time for the.
I do have it though. I also got my YouTube channel set up today.
This is it. We're moments away now.
First post is up on there. 5 hours in, 0 views, top notch. I expect that though. I even looked up the title of the video in the YouTube search bar, and I didn't show up on like the first 3 pages. So,
And there's an overtake.
We've got work to do,
Brilliant.
boys. In 17th and 18th.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Trying to at least fight each other would be ideal. Doohan doing everything he can just to stay in range of them, though. Passing Mick. Fighting with Mick would be ideal.
Haas with an overtake there.
This is fully where I expect the car to be for most of, if not the rest of the... Well, I'm not going to get any better this year. It's all research for 2023 so that we can win the championship. We're going to do a 0% setup, last to first every race challenge with Piastri and Doohan next year. Is there anything I can do to make it even harder than that?
Seems to have been a lockup. Haas with an overtake.
Box.
Alpine just advanced.
Ah, 2.6, that's a good pit stop. Yeah, we don't have the pace to do anything though. See if we can get Piastri to push a little bit, get into that slipstream of Mick. Quite close now. He doesn't need the energy anymore. Should just be able to maintain. We will just keep our eyes open for safety cars to see if we can't pit onto like a pair of softs for the lads. But again, this race was never about scoring points. More about survival.
There's a spin.
We're just trying to get to season 2. Gasly in 9th, not ideal for AlphaTauri to still be scoring points over us, but we might have to accept that 8th is where we'll end up. Yeah, they've got 21 points, or technically 19 points on us right now before the +2. I don't see us doubling our point score in the year, so I mean, 7th is still on the table against McLaren. They're kind of flirting with it now too, and they've brought some upgrades, so they're definitely more competitive than they were. So we do have them to worry about, whereas we are not going to be competitive this year. This year is all about trying to gain experience, but we don't seem to be doing any of that because we're not actually fighting with people because the car is so awful. We can't even let Mick accidentally catch up. We're not using any energy. And he's still losing time. Come on, dude. And that Haas is not a slow car. Like, Magnussen's in 10th. Should be fighting for points.
Lost control and spun.
It's a rare sight for Ocon to be spinning. Control. Accuracy, all pretty high, but I mean, if he didn't damage his car, I didn't see him pit. So just a little guy.
Sounds like a spin.
Big gaps to everybody at the end. Everybody into the points has been lapped. Alonso is not looking good for him. No. Leclerc's not that close. But we've survived. We weren't lapped twice like Latifi.
He's taken the win.
Take the minor victories. Staying in 7th, McLaren not actually scoring any points, that's ideal. Better race for Piastri than Doohan. There's a 90 braking overall. Still nothing for the staff. Hey, here we go. Oh, 3 more days I have to wait. Okay, we'll get our chassis project in now and then. It'll take 35 days, but then we'll be able to take advantage of the ATR period. Don't want to waste any time. Still nothing development-wise. Chris Cron getting a +1 to his pit crew management and going to an 81 overall. He's the 3rd best engineer in the game, if I believe, if I am correct. Oh, almost 4th best. Much younger. Bono's 47. Did you know that? 47. This guy's 48. Tell me who looks older. Huber only 33. Good for him. And the worst, by far, technically is this Anthony Grenier, but based on the age, he would be developable. I would never do it. Maybe we should do a worse staff. Interesting. Assign the worst possible staffing. See how long it takes for us to develop a championship car. That'd be a good... Ooh, we got a rainy race. This is ideal. Silverstone not disappointing.
Hello and thank you.
Yeah, we'll swap those out in a sec. New engine, new ERS component, new gearbox, new engine, Nice. Gearbox. Send to the race.
The time has come.
And a rainy race to come. Ooh. Might just throw wets on. We'll see if we have to go down to enter somewhere probably around here. And then it's supposed to rain to the end of the race. Where do we need to pit? Lap 30. We'll see how far that gets us, but we'll give it a shot. We're starting on the softs for both. Because we can go aggressive. Overfuel the entire race. And we're off to the British Grand Prix.
Quite a few. Hold on tight. It's the British Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So on these softs, Piastri, Doohan fighting, Mick, Piastri gaining on Tsunoda, on Ricardo.
Just gained a race position.
Not doing too bad to start. Just need to be wary of when that rain is coming.
I think we've had a car run wide.
We should be okay.
We've just had a spin.
Bottas spins, gives Piastri a free place.
Aston Martin with a great
See
play
if we
there.
can push
They've moved up a place.
towards Gasly, who is on the mediums. So we might see some gains, we might not. Probably just go down to a standard pace here while we wait for the rain to come. It is coming.
Haas with an overtake there.
80% rain. Or cloud coverage, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, you can actually get in. Throw on those wets. We'll see if it's worth it. We're going to put on the wets. We're going to take that risk. Okay, it was the right risk to take. Worked out. Gaining a few positions here. Some people even throwing on the inters, which is not smart because it's only going to get worse here. So signs needing to pit again should give us another free position. We can go aggressive on these tires too. There's so much life in them. And see if we can make some places up. Heavy rain coming though. Ooh, looks like it's going to lighten up quite a bit.
Looks like there's
So
been a
we'll
lockup.
probably have to do a double interstint to make it through. Piastri locks up, goes down to P12, but not far behind Sainz. So we can use some energy to keep up here.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
It says the heavy rain is still supposed to be coming. That was a lie. So we are going to a double interstint for both drivers, which I will map out as soon as we throw these tires on. guys can stay aggressive on these tires. A lot of you. Push our energy. Looks like it's going to dry up for a little bit here. Doohan, Piastri, 10th and 11th.
Have just gained a race position.
I wonder if everybody else is just going to try and push those tires right to the end. If that's the case, us attacking on this next set should get us a few free positions as well, because we should be able to pit and not even run into Joe, and these guys aren't so far ahead of us for the most part. Other than Ocon. I mean, there's a 30-second gap there, so we should be able to catch up to these guys at any rate. It's coming down heavier, but then it's going to stop again. It's going to help the tire wear. We're going to feel some of that. Fresh set, go to attack, fresh set, go to attack.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place. Sounds like we've had a spin. Oh,
10th and 11th, not a bad effort though. And Gasly in P6, which is great from him.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Well, we got a point. Keeps us ahead of McLaren. Every point counts. You never know when you're going to need it. Nice double development day there. So 80 braking, 91 braking. Okay, so no other outstanding points here. Got 41 mil in the bank. It's probably time to bring both of these up for next season. Even this, I don't know if it's worth it to do that. That's another 18 mil for those. I'll upgrade the team hub again. Get working on a memorabilia room. Get this to level 3 so we don't have to worry about it. Upgrade this as well. Tour center, it's going to need to be upgraded soon. We'll just do it now. It'll pay itself off in the long run. Take a look at our analysis though. The only car that we're still better than is the Williams. Even then they've got us beat in the high speed, so we're going to see some slight difficulties here, except for the fact that our top speed is quite a bit higher, and so is our acceleration. Yeah, next time we come back to it, we will start the second half of the season. Thanks for watching, guys.